Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Monday, December 6, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern. Remind everybody that we'll be having a special call with a new technology this Thursday at 9 p.m. It won't be we won't record it. And we'll lock the call out at about 5 minutes after the hour, or 5 minutes after 9. Suggest you probably take a notebook or something with you. And make sure that you check your spam folders if you have sent an email to my assistant, Lifelight369 at protonmail.com, and have not received a response. She covers just about every email. And this week we'll have a TFCC, Time for Change call on Wednesday at 9 p.m. And we will have tentatively a special guest, the owner of the Structured Water Company, Natural Action, John Butt. And I'm working on having him come in, and you guys will finally get a bird's eye view of actually this technology and what it really can do and what it doesn't do. How can you not choose to do something extra creative and special for yourself today? How do you feel when you are truly being creative? Take those actions that make your most creative heart sing, and it beckons you to follow it and take massive fun action. Now, you might see a spontaneous, miraculous life situation blossoming in your future, way up ahead. Everything is unfolding perfectly in creative, effortless ease. Begin your journey today by breathing consciously with each inhale and exhale. Feel the life living inside you. Breathe and feel the air moving in and out continuously. Notice how it does not stop. Breathe consciously for a few minutes or until, you feel something open and expand inside you. Notice what is your experience of life. Learn, or I might say, let them throw their curses. Let them throw their curses if inside I am connected to what's true. My soul stays quiet and clear. Do you think God worries what people say? If a few ashes fall on a mirror, use them to polish it. Lala. 14th century North Indian mystic. No matter what happens to any of us in this life, remember this one sweet understanding. Each of us are powerful beyond measure, beautiful beyond words, and truly extraordinary beings who have access to unlimited love, creativity, and pleasure. All this is and more is available inside each and every one of us right now. To access it, sit in a state of wonder. Be in awe of this understanding. Try it just for a few minutes and see what happens. You might discover some resistance, denial, or perhaps the realization that this amazing fact is already within you. It is good to know that each block you encounter in this life is your greatest catalyst to diving into a deeper experience of your most enlightened self. Every experience we have as human beings contains a doorway to this divine state. All that's needed is to look for the door, reach out for the golden handle, and walk on through. Many of us don't do that. We look at the door, we see the golden handle, and we just, I'm not going to go in there. And it could be anything holding us back. There is nothing as easy and fulfilling as entering this wonderful paradise that is within your very being. It's easiest to discover this warm, fuzzy feeling inside when we are alone, in nature, quiet, looking within ourselves for many hours. To arrive at this place means letting go of the hectic outer world. Put away the busy, overly productive to-do list and devote to spend some solid quality time with you. Whatever is stopping you from making time for yourself is blocking you from experiencing the most tremendous freedom, love, and joy. So my invitation for all of us is that we let go of our lives emotionally, mentally, and intentionally loosen our grip and relax into our true selves. Here, we will find this powerful, beautiful, and extraordinary high vibrational being. Letting go is not easy at first, especially when we're used to spending our lives living like a closed, tight, gripping fist. So practice loosening your grip and try it for at least 1 hour every day. You might be pleasantly surprised on how much you look forward to this time. The fact is that each of us are worth it. When we look at ourselves in the mirror, what do we see? What do we see as seeing us? Maybe not always clearly, yet we can only see aspects of ourselves. Our entire self is too huge, too amazing, and magnificent to digest in just one sitting. It's like you can look back at your day and remember most of what happened, yet try and look back on your entire life and even past lifetimes and digest everything in the same detailed manner. You are much bigger than the mind can possibly conceive. When you come to the edge of all the light you know and are about to step off into the darkness of the unknown, faith is knowing one of two things will happen. There will be something solid to stand on, or you will be taught how to fly. There will be something solid to stand on, or you were taught how to fly. To start feeling a fraction of just how amazing we all truly are. Begin with letting go of any limiting beliefs that arise about yourself. If you think you're too nice, too old, too fat, too ugly, too poor, these are all old, boring stories and excuses. In truth, they are just tiny electrons passing through the brain, making us believe that we're in some prison. Realize these are all just thoughts. That's all they are, passing through your consciousness in each moment. You can choose to pay attention to the good ones or the bad ones. It's totally up to you. You can easily break free from any negative or limiting beliefs running around in your mind by surrendering to loving you. Trust in the feeling of love. Believe that love is the way. Notice how it feels to be a bit more gentle and kind with yourself. What does it feel like to accept all of your parts? Real love is deep and eternal. It has no reason why it loves. It just constantly sends out gentle energy, working its magic and healing all parts of you every time. There is nothing more powerful and transformational than love. When we devote our day to loving ourselves, being gentle with ourselves, something very magical occurs. We start to feel the love that is already inside us now. Deep inside our souls is the infinite source of love, the energy of God, source, absolute consciousness. Whatever name you place on it, the energy is the same. It is creating our experience of reality in every millisecond of our lives. And it is the most benevolent, brilliant, and loving source there ever will be. Neither a lofty degree of intelligence nor imagination, nor both together, go to the making of genius. Love, love, love. That is the soul of genius. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Everyone on this planet are all on this sacred spiritual journey together. The life is for our enjoyment, transformation, spiritual growth, and eventually our enlightenment. We are here to enlighten the load from our past, let go of all the heaviness we've been carrying for lifetimes. Whatever has been burdening, blocking, or frustrating to us is not real. The very instant we clearly see what is real, then everything changes immediately. There is this great relief inside as we no longer have to fight or resist anything in life, in this life anymore. The war is over. We can see the truth and accept that which we believed was totally unacceptable about ourselves. It is then that our greatest joy and freedom begins to settle in. There's nothing we can do to make a wrong turn in this life. There really is nothing you can do to make a wrong turn in this life. That's the ego mind telling you, oh, you messed up here, you did this. Everything is part of our destiny. On an infinite highway where everything is connected, all lanes eventually reach the same infinite destination. You cannot mess up your life, no matter how much the ego mind wants to convince you of that. It is perfectly imperfect, just as it is. It contains all the bittersweet and sour elements needed to release our tight grip inside ourselves. Relax deeply, find out that we are powerful, beautiful, and truly extraordinary. On those days when we feel that we made a wrong turn in our lives, where we got in trouble for not yielding to the other, where we had an unconscious moment, smashed into someone we love, it may feel like everything is lost. Maybe you were driving with one foot on the brake and the other foot on the gas, and mainly looking backwards in the rear view mirror. The secret here is forgiveness. Let go of whatever mistakes you've made in your life. They are last year's movie. Just observe the judgments of these movies about yourself. And there are no mistakes. There's just experience. You experience something and that's it. That's what we do. We experience things. Without participating in that judgment, welcome the experience of whatever your great error was and accept that it was a lesson teaching you something deeper about yourself and life. By welcoming whatever judgments are showing up about yourself, the judgment-aholic inside gets to step down from its pedestal, and a hint of clarity somehow naturally finds its way in. A glimmer of lightness finds its way into the deepest, darkest night of the soul. When we fully experience judgment for whatever it has to say, without holding on to any story about it, the universe has to present itself to us with full clarity. So my invitation for everyone this week is this. Don't resist any experience that life gives you. Don't resist any experience that life gives you. Welcome all the good and the bad and the indifferent you see inside you. Yet give some extra special attention to the part of you that is powerful beyond measure, beautiful beyond words, and truly an extraordinary being who has access to unlimited love. Any resistance is futile and just makes us contract from this life and get even more emotionally knotted up inside. If we must resist an experience in this life, be conscious about it. Know that it is your choice. There is always another way to experience who you are. Try it for about 1 week. And a relaxing, freeing feeling will move on in. Just trust the process. Let go and surrender to what is deeper and already at peace on the inside. There is no beginning or ending in the journeyless journey to nowhere. You do not start from somewhere, and you do not end at anywhere. You are where you are, and you continue from there. Bodhidharma. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we all care to do is relax these bodies that we're in. Because we are not the body. We are not the character, the personality. We are not the clothes. We are not the belongings. We are not the status. We are the God within the body. So we carry things. The body carries things. It's like a big sponge. It's like a super magnet. And it absorbs everything, all conversation. When you're in that baby body, the subconscious mind's absorbing everything, all kinds of things, conversations, disciplines, how your parents raised you, all the things that you were told from siblings, from friends, it just goes on and on and on. And we pack it all in there. And it isn't ours. See what I mean? It isn't ours. So the body, just think about this. The body pulls all that in. Always. Everything. And as it pulls it in, this is what we refer to. This is our library, our subconscious mind. So, the body starts picking up stress, anxiety, fear, worry, stress, anxiety, disappointment, anger. All of these things, where do you think they go? They go with the body. Now, you've been stressed. We've all been stressed and worried and hurried and stuff. But we've also been relaxed. Which one would you choose? Which one would you choose to permanently be in? Relaxed state or hurried, rushed, worried state? It's a no-brainer. Relaxed state. So we motivate ourselves to move the body in relaxation. We face all of our fears, worries, stresses, angers, anxieties, the whole thing. We face them. It's almost like they're in your living room and they're all sitting waiting to talk with you. And you look at the fear and talk to the fear and you say, okay, so the root of this, why is this fear here? Why are you here, fear? What's the root cause of it? And then you'll find out that it vanishes, and then the next one, and then the next one. So the ego, mind, has a lot to do with us not being relaxed. Because when you surrender and you look at all of these so-called issues, and they all fade out, and you move into the now by focusing on your breath, it's huge because that's what relaxes the body. Body in stress is not going to be able to move into the now. Body in stress will continue to pick up more stress. It's a magnet, remember. We attract what we literally put out. We attract what we put out. Does that make sense? So if you're in high spirits and you're in a relaxed state, the body's in a relaxed state, and you really don't have care in the world because you decided not to take this life so seriously, and the body responds. And you go into this now state, focusing, breathing in through your nose and out through the mouth. And the breath is the now. The breath is divine positive energy because the souls, the gods that we are, enter these bodies, and we power up the body. Everything goes function. And the oxygen, the air, is what sustains the body to allow us to experience physical life. So I can guarantee you, when you go somewhere and you sit in silence and you're not interrupted and you focus on your breath, you listen to the breath, that's your focus, you will definitely be in the now and you will definitely relax the body. And that's where we care to be. That's what one of our goals is to stay in the now. Because if we don't, guess what happens? We wander off into a past that doesn't exist. We wander off in the future that doesn't exist. And we're constantly seeking outside of ourselves. A lot of the times we don't know what we're looking for. But we incessantly at times look outside of ourselves. As the evil mind's telling us, you're going to find it out there. You're going to find it. Keep digging. Keep struggling. Keep grappling. It's important that we're gentle, kind, generous, and humble with ourselves, and always 24/7 deep eternal gratitude. Now, some of us, well, if not all of us, I mean, we all reminisce, we all have memories. Some good, some not so good, some bad. But we visit the good ones most of the time. And, we take a book off the shelf in our subconscious mind library, and we kind of reminisce. It could be a song that does it, or some meeting someone, or being somewhere, and boom, you're in the past. But you're reviewing things, reminiscing over them, but then you don't stay there. And same with the future. We go in the future. None of us are exempt, and then we talk about and ask about what about this, what about that, when am I going to have this, when am I going to have that. But the now is the saving grace. Being in the now, focusing on the breath, listening to the breath, that's where our natural state of being is. Now picture in front of you that there are 3 paths. One on the left, one in the center, one on the right. One on the left is the past, one in the center is now, one on the right is the future. These paths are beautiful. Shimmering gold, these trees branch over, cover it like a canopy. And you see all of this shimmering golden bark of the tree, the branches and the leaves. You see this beautiful emerald green, beautiful grass path going down. Now, the one in the center, the now path, looks brand new. But the one on the left, the past, looks quite used. The one on the right, the future, looks quite used. Now, some of us, like I said, we go in the past, but we don't stay there. But some of us stay there. And I don't believe it's conscious, but we do it. And we stay there so long that we end up bringing that past into a future that doesn't exist. We create that future from that past, and we relive that past and that future. That's pretty boring. And that's why a lot of people will say no matter what we do, we always end up here. We all go into the future, but some of us go into that future, and it isn't a future. And we either ask people to tell us what's going to happen to us, or we try to guess, or we ask and want to know why we don't have enough money to do things and be comfortable, why we aren't healthier so our quality of life is better. You know, when am I going to get the better job? When am I going to have more money? When am I going to be happy? When am I going to be healthy? Now, you can see our choice. All of us can. Why would we pick only one path? The now. The now stills the mind, the ego, the subconscious mind. We move out of them. We don't bother them. We don't interact with them. The body relaxes. We go into a state of total relaxation and peace. Why do we choose the opposite? To wander into an empty future or a past that's dead and keep asking when? When all we really have is the now. The future's created in the now. You also look at the body, and you can see in the body, since you're not the body, you look at the body from a different perspective. And you notice that there are 7 lights from your tailbone to the top of the head, dead center. And when you look at these, some people call them chakras. And the meaning of chakra is wheel. So these are wheels of light. Now, they're also spiritual etheric energy. We, the gods that we are in these bodies, are spiritual etheric energy. So we flow through them. Beautiful lights, nothing like you would see here on Earth. And we're connected to every part of this body, down to the quantum core, our blood cells, our organs, all of our emotions, our character, our personalities, everything. The gods that we are, there's nothing we do not know about these bodies. Intimately so. And eventually, the civilization will begin to comprehend that it is the power of healing. That each of us can heal these bodies in a blink of the eye. It's the trust that we don't have that eventually we will gain. It's the confidence through our heart, minds, and the universe that we don't have yet. So the only true path is the now. It's to get into the habit of the now. It's to get in the habit. So when we do have these thoughts that come in, now remember, your thoughts, you generate them within you, and then you send them out to the universe for manifestation. When thoughts come in, they're not yours. They're not your thoughts. Boy, I'll tell you, they trick you, though. If you're not on the dime knowing, they'll trick you thinking it's your thoughts. And they're all programs, and they all just run by like clouds in the sky. And we do, so sometimes we're focused on something and we just kind of float away. And sometimes we don't even know where we're floating away. Well, in fact, we don't even know what the thought was then, and we go and off into different directions. Well, it's not a big deal because we now have gotten into the practice of moving into the now. So we focus on the breath, we're in the now. We wander off, we focus on the breath, we're in the now. We want to continually keep our bodies relaxed, we focus on the breath and the moment, in the now. Now we know that we are gods and that we are not the bodies that we are housed in. And we know that the body that we're in is the earth, and the souls that we are is the heaven. Heaven isn't a place. Heaven is you, me, all of us, and the gods that we are. So we're literally heaven on earth. And then quite a few of us are consciously aware. And consciously aware means that we are completely clear that we are of and from the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We know this. We're not asleep. And every step we take on this planet, we are creating paradise, literally creating paradise. Not only that, we're shining our light 360 degrees every direction, which is the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love. We're flooding all life, the highest supreme value in the universe. Head to toe, inside and out, nonstop, 24/7. If you were to take a few hundred miles off this planet, and you were to see it from afar, you'd see it glow. You'd also notice that all the lights in this universe surrounding it would be dim in comparison. So it's a God planet paradise that glows. Now, we have other parts of the gods that we are that are asleep. So they don't participate in meditation. They're with us because they're part of us. And one day they will wake, which will expand us even more as the divine perfection that we are. So this is all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Archangels, cherubim, seraphim, and archetypes. Ascended Masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, El Moria, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua. All the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath earth. All of our loved ones who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes we've inhabited. All the off-worlders, the galactics, the celestials. All light energy beings. They come in shapes, colors, sizes, and forms and configurations that we don't see. Because of the eyes with these bodies, we only see 1% of what is. We don't see ultraviolet light spectrum or infrared light spectrum where there's much life. But we are familiar with a small group, small handful. That's the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, mermaid, dolphin, whale, Pegasus, unicorn, centaur, minotaur. And we interact intimately with some of them. The magics, the eternals, the water, the air, the fire, the earth, the ether, the wood. Could these bodies sustain life hold us as gods so we can experience physical life if we didn't have air? What about water? What about wood? These magics are super important to us. Now, the Archangels, they're a civilization that vibrated at a different frequency than we do. That's why we don't see them like we see each other. But we meet with them, we interact with them, we talk with them. Not necessarily do we know every time. But there's a lot of times where it just dawns on us that was an angel. Could be a 5-minute conversation with a complete stranger. Could be you're lifting something, you're in a parking lot, and then out of the clear blue, someone just like, poof, is there, assists you, helps you. And then when you're always doing, you look down for a couple of seconds, you look back up, they're gone. And it's like they just vanished. And this is what dawns on us a lot of the times when we say that was an angel. And then we're filled with bliss. And they have a message that they delivered to us, and they've delivered it for eons in many different ways. And it really is, isn't it magna, glorious, spectacular, stupendous to be alive in these bodies? And it is. But see, we get so distracted for the entertainment that we create for ourselves in the physical, material world that we forget about that. Because we kind of take so many things for granted. Because as gods we are, and we're not in these bodies, we don't have taste, touch, feel, right? We don't eat. We don't sleep. We don't do any of that stuff. We don't smile. We don't laugh. That's only in physical form. You see how precious every moment in these bodies is. And you can see why the bodies are so seductive and why so many of us like to be in them. Now, they can surround any one of us at any one time because of their vibrational frequency. They can hold a large number in a small area. Tens of thousands, tens of millions, doesn't matter. And if you want them to, ask them, and they will. And more bliss. Now, the off-worlders, the galactics, the celestials. We know a small group of them, over 1,000 species, travel through the solar system every day. Trillions throughout the universes every day. And this small group that we're aware of is the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Feline, Zeta Reticuli, Anunnaki, Nords, Greys, Reptilian, Draco, Golden Pyramid Avian. And this particular group has been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. The Ascended Masters, they've mastered ascending into physical and being in physical. They've mastered physical and ascending out of physical into pure consciousness, God form. We have ascended into physical. We are now mastering physical, and we are creating our experiences to perfect our creations. We're all gathered, arm in arm, hand in hand, so to speak, in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, great prosperity, great abundance. And we're all one, and we're all love, and we're all God. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We immediately form a circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. This light emanates from deep within our core of pure, deep, eternal love. In fact, it is so brilliant that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. Take 1 billion trillion suns to even come close to its brightness. And we're flooding this planet 24/7, nonstop, always, head to toe, inside and out, all light, highest supreme value in the universe. And we begin to ascend above the planet. We're met with this massive ocean of glitter. And the best way to describe it, it's like a grand finale fireworks show, a supercharged laser light show, and a ballroom globe, mirror globe, but 1 trillion times larger and 1 trillion times more intense. Flashing everywhere. And we're curious, so we look at the reflective points. And we notice these little microscopic mirrors, perfectly etched. So we enter them, and we discover that the hundreds of millions of us that are consciously aware from all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever, focused on this planet for complete liberation, not partial, but complete in the higher frequencies. Pure, deep, eternal love, gratitude, peace. And we're teaching each other. And we're learning from each other, non-stop, 24/7. If you focus on a bug in the rug, what would you learn? How it maneuvers? Life is in that bug. What do you think? How do you think the bug body is able to move? God, force, love, light, energy. Birds in the sky, everything, trees, soils, each other, the rest of the animals, forest animals, the squirrels, the deer, the bear, the wolf, all of them, dogs, cats, everything. We're learning. We're learning and teaching and learning. It is absolutely spectacular. Our experience is off the charts because we're experiencing each other 24/7. And we really are. Does it matter how life is housed? Or does it matter that the life is housed? You're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that we created to remind ourselves that we are the power of healing. We are then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This is a column of light that we created that reminds us all that we are protected 24/7, eternally, head to toe, inside and out, with this white fire armor, nothing like the armor on this planet, much higher. And this white fire armor emanates from the gods that we are, the God source, the kingdom of God, the pure consciousness, however you label it. This is an impenetrable, this is the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love. And nothing can penetrate it. No lower dark matter, spiral matter frequencies, no demon possessions, no attachments. They can't because of that this frequency is so high. They vaporize, so they stay away from us. It doesn't fade, it doesn't drain, can't be seduced. Omnipotently powerful. But only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough through hatred, anger, greed, envy, worry, fear, stress, anxieties, jealousies, revenge, you will, whether consciously or unconsciously, lower your vibrational frequency low enough to create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Then, possession, attachments, many different things are available. So if you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with a double column of light. The first column is purple transmuting flame. We created this column to remind us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them to pure consciousness where they are no more. The other column, part of the column, is the violet ray. We created this column to remind us all that we can bring in the violet ray. We can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony to the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest, deepest, purest of the purest, purest, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is the column of light that we created to remind us all, the gods that we are in these bodies, that we are the sun, the sunlight, the sunset, the sunrise, the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams, the trees, the forests, the soils, the rest of the animals, the mountains, the clouds in the sky. We're everything. Everything is us. So the next time you view a rainbow, starry lit night sky, sunset, sunrise, it's you. It's the God that you are. You're the beauty, the majesty, the divineness, the perfection. It's you. It always has been, always will be, ever, beyond, and forever. That is the God that I am. That sunset is the God that I am. We continue to ascend above the planet. And some of us decide to step outside our physical form and hover effortlessly above them, if we're carrying physical form. And why do we do this? Well, because we can. We come into full contact with this massive crystalline light tower. Now, we created this tower. It's larger than this solar system and beyond. In the center of the column, we see this oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is a golden white ball of light. It is surrounded by numerous multicolored rings of light, almost seems infinite. And it's all sending out this massive, misty, cloudy form. And you can almost tell that it's electrified, and it's glittering and reflecting, flashing. And it absorbs into us, and it's like a warm embrace that never ends. And we notice that the golden white ball of light is the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest, deepest, purest of the purest, purest, eternal love, gratitude, peace, well-being, all of this, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, tranquility, benevolence, great prosperity, great abundance. And we discover that it's all a reflection of the gods that we are. All of it. Now, at the top of this crystalline tower, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, 24/7. What is the golden ocean? It's the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest. Eternal love. And it's flooding us all. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe. Head to toe, inside and out. And we're all drops of this golden ocean. And we also hold the essence of this golden ocean. Golden ocean is the drops of the golden ocean. And the only illusion is separation. We then see our meditative sphere. It's that center circle. We all created this sphere almost 4 years ago. Holds over 1,700 of our meditations in perpetual motion. These meditations don't drain, they don't weaken, they don't dissipate. They do the opposite. They continue to intensify and they continue to expand. And we're being bathed and flooded in all of this. The gods that we are, all of us gods. All of those that are consciously aware that we are gods, that we are love. Flooding this one planet, as far as you could possibly see, there are gods. They are everywhere. And they are focused on this planet because we are all one. And we're saturating this planet in deep eternal love. And it is eliminating all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies. The demons, they can't operate. So they go haywire. And it's just the beginning. Because our light intensity is being turned way up. Way, way up. They don't stand a chance. They never did. You can literally move into these meditations. Find a quiet place, like we do every day. Sit. Focus on your breath. Listen to your breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And listen. This moment contains the very experience we all have been searching for our whole lives. So what are we waiting for? Do not hold back today, no matter what. Go for it. Let go of hesitation and procrastination. And you have just opened up your vibration to receiving unlimited possibilities. I'll join you in the meditation. I'll return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose and an easy breath out the mouth. Move easily and slowly. When one person lives every day from what their true infinite potential is, an amazing shift will happen for everyone. A contagious reaction of a new consciousness will occur, and our whole planet will wake up. Everyone will experience themselves as this infinite source. Believe it or not, the one person to start this chain reaction is you. Take this with you for the rest of the day into the evening and night and following morning. And we will return here December 7th, 2021, Tuesday, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation